Hello viewers, this is Cynthia Michael from Screen Views, bringing you a new podcast from my segment called called the Super Sentai Review. And like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly in case you don't understand me. Also, I'll try to do my best not to breathe so hard during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will change to adult language. Once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will change to adult language. Now, if you're over 18, that means you're good to watch this audio podcast recording. So anyways, with this and everything else out the way, let's get into the latest episode of Ryusoulger. So basically, the episode starts off with Melt having a bad dream. So basically, in his dream, Melt is dreaming. So in those bad dreams, we see Melt as a little boy wanting for something in the forest as a little boy. So basically, Melt trips over a branch, and whatever was chasing him started to get closer to Melt as a boy inside his dream, and that's when Melt woke up screaming, and scared we Father's Noble, and almost forced Noble to drop his computer. So basically, Melt woke up from his nightmare inside Noble's lab. Inside Wee's father's lab, and kind of scared Noble, and almost forced him to drop his computer. Noble's like, oh damn, Mel, you scared the crap out of me. So basically, I know you had a bad dream, but you almost made me. You lucky my computer didn't, freeze or break because I have a lot of important documents on it. So basically, Noble was he was concerned. He was kind of concerned that, it was kind of concerned that Noble had a bad dream. But at the same time, he was still worried about his computer might get broken when it fell and whatnot, because he had a lot of important documents and research on that he just uploaded to his computer and stuff. So anyway, meanwhile, we see. So basically, meanwhile, we see Canal talking to near a water fountain, one of those big water fountains, talking to Moses Rex from the water fountain. So basically, Canal was still worried about the comet when we're still wondering. About the comic that when Cole and Canal got the news, so the image of the ancient land Ryusoulger ancestors state, once that you guys had completed the Ryusoulger caliber, that means the real trial will, that you two and the other Ryusoulgers world trial will begin soon. So basically, he was still wondering, he was telling Moses Rex about the comment that image of that ancient Ryusoulger ancestors said that by freeing the Ryusoulger cadaver, that means you and the other Ryusoulgers will try will begin very soon. So basically, Canal was still wondering what he meant by that. So basically, he was talking to, to Moses Rex, and Moses Rex, that means he's something, Moses Rex is maybe that the answer to stating that, something bad might be coming, to Earth very, something bad might happen very soon. That means the other resources, that means the other resources, and the Dynamite Zords need to get ready for it. So anyway, meanwhile, back at the bad guys' hideout, at the Dreadnought's hideout, there was the bad guys. We see Creon celebrating that, that party, that Garcia is destroyed. Because Creon is not like Garcia. So basically, Creon was happy that the weird soldiers destroyed Garcia. So basically, he was kind of celebrating until Wart and Parcius showed up. And he had to cut his celebration short and whatnot. So anyway, Parcius was too. So basically, Parcius came in the base with Wart, and Parcius was kind of laughing, and Wart was so funny, watching Creon was like, why are you laughing for? And Pasha explained, when the researchers got the Ryusoulger caliber, that means, when Ryusoulger Gold and Ryusoulger Red got the Ryusoulger caliber from the ancient Sky Temple, it was the key to they did not realize that the sword was keeping their master contained. So basically, the sword power, the Ryusoulger, according to Parcius, that their master is the true boss of the Dreadnought forces had been sent away on Earth, and the Ryusoulger caliber was was sent away. So basically, the power of the Ryusoulger caliber was the reason why the master was. So basically, according to Parcius, that the Ryusoulger caliber sword was to help keep their master seal away in Earth. So basically, now that the Ryusoulger caliber has been free for it, now that the Ryusoulgers had the power of the Ryusoulger caliber, the seal that's keeping their master sealed away is starts to weaken. So basically, it's a matter of time for the Master Ares. That is the boss to be free from his prison. So basically, the sword. So the Ryusoulger caliber once again is power was keeping the Dreadnought master /boss to sit away in Earth. So basically, now that the Ryusoulger caliber is in the hands of the Ryusoulgers, the sword, Master Ares is the seal around Master Ares, prison bubble or whatever. I believe that's what it looks like. It started to weaken. So basically, Garcia Parcius said that it's a matter of time that it's going to be a matter of time that once our masters be free, it's a matter of time once our masters break free from his prison, we will conquer Earth and finally destroy the Ryusoulgers. So anyway, meanwhile. So basically, Creon was not didn't know about Creon was Creon was didn't really know about this because he's not a general. But what didn't know that the master was sit away on Earth and shit. He did not know about but Wart did not know about the Ryusoulger caliber being the key from freeing their master. So anyway. anyway, so Creon decided to, come up with a good idea to make a mindful monster. So basically, he found this ancient mirror called the Mirror of Fears and decided to use his powers to make a mindful monster out of it. So basically, he found this mirror called the Mirror of Fears, and he used his powers to make a mindful monster out of it. So anyway, meanwhile, Michiko and Oscar was coming from the grocery store, and out of nowhere, this strange dog started to show up and started to appear out of nowhere. So basically, Cole and Arthur was like, this is kind of strange, where this dog came from. So basically, when they got back to, back to the lab, with the food and stuff, like no one was like, noticed that, that Arthur had a big bag full of junk and whatnot. So basically, we say, you gonna eat all this junk food? Arthur said yes. If you eat this, and nobody was like, if you eat that, you're gonna end up getting fat. So basically, nobody was telling Arthur, if you keep on eating all this junk food, you're gonna end up getting fat and stuff. So basically, and Arthur was was kind of scared about getting fat and stuff. So blah 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 blah. Then out of nowhere, another some mist came inside the lab. So basically, the mist that they came out, the mist that was outside came in the lab, came inside Nobu's lab. So anyway, while that is going on, we see Toa and Bam training at some warehouse somewhere, doing some farm training and whatnot. So basically, everything was going good and whatnot, and that's when the mist started to appear inside the warehouse, just like outside Nova's lab and inside Nova. This strange mist started to appear out of nowhere inside the warehouse where Bam and Toa was training at. So anyway, once the mist appeared, a bunch of filters just started to attack Bam and Toa. So basically, Bam and Toa morphed up into the ranger forms and started to fight off the filters. But during the fight, the mist seemed to whack around Toa's leg and force him not to move. So basically, the mist started to wrap around him. The whole mist cloud started to mess with Toa's leg. Therefore, he couldn't move, and therefore the dreadnought filter was able to force Toa out of his ranger form and gave him a beat there. But lucky for him, Bam saved him and took out the rest of the filters and took him back to the lab and tell the others about what happened. So basically, once Bam took, Bam carried Toa back to the lab because he couldn't move his legs. So basically, when that fog cloud came, he couldn't move his legs. So anyway, when Bam came back Bam carried Toa back to the lab, and he was telling the others what happened to Toa. The strange fog came with some filters out of nowhere. Toa couldn't move his legs. So anyway, and that's when bad things started to happen to Nobu and Aqua. So basically, when Bam showed up with Toa and explained what happened to Toa's legs, out of nowhere, Nobu's computer is shut down for no apparent reason, and all his important documents was lost. So basically, Noble's computer or all his important documents and research just shut down for no apparent reason. And as for Ashura, she noticed that while she was eating her junk food, that she noticed that that she was kind of getting fat. So basically, Mel was wondering what the hell was going on here. So what the hell is going on here? And that's what Cole figured that this might all the signs of bad. So basically, Cole figured this must be a monster monster behind these strange happenings. So basically, Cole figured that maybe there's some type of monster doing these things to Toa, doing these things to Toa, Noble, and Asura. So basically, wow, a few minutes later, a couple of seconds later, we see Canal somewhere near the water fountain, and seeing a big fog, seeing the strange fog appear around the water fountain. So basically, a few minutes later at the water fountain, we see Canal looking at the fog surrounding the water fountain. Out of nowhere, this weird monster appeared out the fog, and Canal contacted the others, and they went to go join him. But since Tora couldn't move his legs, Tora had to stay behind at the lab because his legs couldn't move. So anyway, basically Tora stayed behind at the lab because his legs couldn't move. So he couldn't move his legs. So basically Tora stayed behind at Nova's lab while the others went to go deal with the monster. So basically the others the others went to go help Canal fight the monster that appeared from the fog. So basically, once the others showed up to help out Toa, Moat started to freak out at the sight of the monster. So basically, Moat was saying, this can't be. This can't be. So basically, they started to battle the monster. They started to battle this monster, and this monster was kicking the shit out of them. So basically, and Melt was still throughout the whole fight. Melt was just freaking out at the sight of the monster, and the others was like, "What the hell is wrong with you, Melt? What's wrong with you?" He said that monster was from my nightmare I had earlier. So basically, she said that monster was a part of my nightmare that I had just recently. So basically, so basically, the others are like, how did this monster from your nightmare came into the real world? So basically, and that's when Nut says somehow something is, and that's when Nut figure out that somehow this monster must be using our greatest fear against us. So basically, so basically, Mel figured out that this monster must have the power of fear. So basically, Mel figured out quick that this monster is using our greatest fear against us. So basically, Tora is scared that that his legs might not. So basically, Tori's greatest fear that his greatest fear is not moving his legs. Ashura's greatest fear is that if she eats too much junk food, she will get fat. So basically, it started to make sense that this monster is somehow feeding off their fears and whatnot. So anyway. So basically, so Mel said, figured since this monster is feeding us our greatest fears, meaning to show that monster that that we can overcome our fears and whatnot, and that way we could take it down. So basically, So basically, Melt used the power of the Ryusoulger calendar and transformed into his noble, blessed Ryusoulger blue form, and together they start to battle the Monster Monster, the fear Monster Monster. But the Monster Monster once again overpowered him and forced him to do more. So basically, that's when Creon said that with the mirror, he said, by using the power of the mirror of fear, this monster monster is invincible. So basically, you guys are still scared, so that's why you guys are still scared about something. So basically, that's why the monster defeated you. So basically, I'm explaining that, displaying that the Monster Monster is still defeated, or you guys are still scared about, some of you guys are still scared about something. So basically, that's why the Monster Monster, that's why the fear Monster Monster defeated you guys very quickly. So basically, after clear explaining why they lost the fight, him and the fear Monster Monster left to go do some more dance. So basically, the others was it's that true what Creon says. Some of us are scared of, still scared about something, and that's when Oswald come out and admit that they were scared that one of us might get hurt. Was worried, one of us getting hurt during the battle. So basically, Cole is that's just. That is a regional fear that that is a sign that Oswald come out and Bam was scared that one of them might get hurt during the fight. So basically and Cole said that's an okay fear, that's a sign of true friendship. But Ben was it's so hard to worry about people when you're trying to do your duty, and that's when Bam started to have a flashback of him and Master Black. Seems like Master Black almost tried to kill him. So basically, seems like Master Black during this flashback, Bam and his Master Black seems to have a falling out, and it seems like Master Black almost tried to kill him. So anyway, during this flashback, so basically, I know that I was Koga admitted that I was worried that one of you guys might get hurt too. So basically, long as we reassure ourselves that we won't get hurt, we can beat this fear monster. And that's when Toro showed up, walking all slow and stuff. He said that I can't just sit there on the sidelines and let you guys battle that monster alone, because you guys are my friends and whatnot. So anyway, that's when the others know that the miss noticed that the miss was forcing Tora's legs to not move, and so basically they used the power of the dry resource to move the fog around Tora's legs, and Tora can move again. So basically they noticed that there was some fog, trapped in Tora's legs that stopped him from walking. So basically they used the dry resource to get rid of the fog that was wrapped in Tora's legs, and Tora was able to move again. So basically, with Tora back in action, they went to find the fear monster and stop them together as a team. So basically, they took down the fear monster and the monster monster started to grow based off the fear energy that it collected from the mirror that it came from, and made some scrolls. So together, look at the team, they use the power of the King Dynamite Megazord Rex to take down the Fear Monster and save the day. So basically, use the power. So basically, they use the power of the King Dynamite Rex Megazord to take down the Fear Monster and save the day, and everything went back to normal. So basically, Creon was kind of pissed. Was kind of pissed off that that his latest monster was destroyed, and he just left the mirror of fear on the outdoor. He just left them. So basically, Creon watched that the Ryusoulger just defeated his latest monster, and he just left them. And he just left the mirror of fear on the outside steps in the park and just ran away. And that's when the others saw that the mirror of fear was left behind by Creon and whatnot. So basically, they started to look at it and started to play around with the mirror of fear and whatnot, since it didn't really have any powers at all. So basically, so basically, they started to mess around with the mirror of fear, and since the mirror of fear, they started to mess around with the mirror of fear and started to celebrate it and shit like that. So anyway, but Ben was still worried that after what happened to him and Master Black, that if Ben ever sees ever sees Master Black again, can he trust him again? Cause from his flashback, it seems like him and Master Black had a falling out, and it seems like Master Black always tried to kill him, and always tried to kill him for some reason. So basically, that's the reason why Bam doesn't really think that his friendship with the other Ryusoulgers should. That's why, Bam is sometimes try to distance himself to being friends with the other Ryusoulgers because of what happened between him and his master, between him and Master Black. Because, Master Black must have, done something to him, tried to kill him or something like that, and he lost his trust, so he lost his trust of friendship because of Master Black. So basically, but the others were still celebrating and Ben watched from the distance while Toa and the others were celebrating, playing around the mirror of fear, and that's how the episode ended. So basically, what Ben wondering if he sees Master Black again, can he trust him again? Can he trust him? Can he trust Master Black again if he ever finds him? So anyway, that's how the episode ended. So basically, this was a good episode. There's a lot of things going on, and we finally got some more details about the bad guys, the Dreadnought. We finally got some details about the master of the Dreadnought forces, being that's who the bad guys are. So basically, we got some more details from this episode, and plus we finally got confirmation that the Ryusoulger character can be used, but the other Ryusoulgers can use the Ryusoulger character as well, but not just Ryusoulger Red or Ryusoulger Gold. So anyway, this episode was okay. So anyway, this was a good episode. Anyway, like always, there's Sincere Michael saying, do you think this episode was good? Was it okay? Or was it just, nah? Please let me know from the comments below this podcast. So anyway, like always, there's Sincere Michael from Screen View. Sign off. 1.